A bowl of rice. Simple, right? But for me, wearing a continuous glucose monitor, that bowl turned into a metabolic roller coaster. My blood sugar shot from a calm 95 to nearly 190. I felt it. Heavy eyelids, brain fog, that gnawing hunger for more sugar. It wasn't just a number on a screen, it was a trap.
Now, same meal, same time of day, but this time you added one small variable. A 10-minute walk, your peak dropped by more than a third. And you returned to baseline almost 40 minutes faster.
That raised a big question. Are 10-minute post-meal walks the real fix? Or just another wellness trend? So I ran an experiment. 14 days, 40-plus meals, and dozens of post-meal walks. Some long, some short, some none at all.
In this episode, we'll unpack what happened to your glucose, day by day. We'll explain the science of why short walks work, when they work, and when they don't. And then we'll hand our viewers a copy and paste 7-day protocol they can start tonight.
Because sometimes 10 minutes is all it takes to change your health. Here's what's happening inside your body after a meal. Carbohydrates break down into glucose. That glucose floods your bloodstream like rush hour traffic. Normally, insulin is the traffic cop. It signals your cells to absorb the glucose for energy or storage.
But here's the fascinating part. Your muscles have their own back door. When they contract, they can absorb glucose directly. No insulin required.
Researchers call this insulin-independent glucose uptake. It means that when you walk, even gently, your muscles act like giant sponges, soaking sugar out of your blood and using it for fuel. That explains why a walk can flatten the spike. But the real question is, how much and when?
Timing matters. Walk within 30 minutes of your first bite and your muscles intercept the peak. Wait an hour, the effect is cut in half. Wait 2 hours, almost gone.
Intensity matters too. Strolling slowly while scrolling your phone, almost useless. But a brisk pace and the kind where you can talk but not sing. That's the sweet spot.
And then there's meal type. Carb-heavy meals, rice, pasta, bread, potatoes, cause the biggest spikes and the biggest benefits from walking. Protein or fat-based meals. They barely move your glucose, so the walk doesn't add much.
So we can already see the pattern. Walk soon, walk briskly, and walk most after carb-heavy meals.
That's the science in one breath, but numbers tell the story best. And you gathered those numbers across 14 days.
Now let's get into the data. 14 days, dozens of meals, and 2 very different patterns. Walk versus no walk.
We'll walk through 12 clear windows, some with movement, some without, to see how your body responded. Example 1. The rice test.
Day 3. Dinner was a bowl of white rice. On the no-walk night, my glucose spiked from 92 to 189 in less than 40 minutes. And it stayed above 140 for nearly 2 hours.
That's the classic postprandial danger zone. Glucose is high, insulin is working overtime, and you're left feeling sluggish.
The next night, same rice, same portion. But this time, I walked briskly for 20 minutes. Peak, only 118, and back under 100 in just over an hour. Example 2, the oatmeal surprise. Day 5, breakfast oatmeal. I thought it was healthy, fiber, slow carbs. Without a walk, I spiked to 165. With a walk, only 118. And the difference wasn't just in numbers. I avoided the mid-morning crash.
This shows the carbs in disguise effect. Even foods we call healthy can hit hard if eaten in isolation. Walking evens the playing field. Example 3, pasta and the evening effect.
Day 7, pasta dinner. On the no-walk night, I peaked at 195. And honestly, I felt awful. Heavy, foggy, irritable. With a 20-minute walk, peak only 128. And I actually felt light and clear heading into the evening.
Evening meals tend to spike higher because our bodies are naturally less insulin sensitive later in the day. That's why post-dinner walks show some of the biggest effects. Example 4, the steak test.
Day 9, steak with green veggies. Guess what? No spike. Whether I walked or not, glucose barely moved.
That's the nuance. Walking after meals isn't magic, it's context dependent. Protein and fat meals don't flood your blood with glucose, so there's little to soak up. Example 5, the timing twist.
Day 11, sushi bowl. This time, I waited an hour before walking. Peak reduction, only 14%. Barely noticeable.
The window matters. Walk too late and you've missed the surge. The glucose has already been stored, often as fat. Example 6, 10-minute versus 20-minute.
Finally, I tested the true 10-minute walk. Yes, it worked. My peak dropped about 20%. But with 20 minutes, the drop was nearly 40.
So the takeaway, 10 minutes is good, 20 minutes is better. And either is infinitely better than nothing.
Looking at all 12 windows together, with walks, my average peak was 35 milligrams above baseline. Without walks, 55. That's a 37% reduction. And time back to baseline, 100 minutes with walks, 139 minutes without, almost 40 minutes faster.
In real life, that means fewer crashes, fewer cravings, more stable energy to actually enjoy your day.
Now, here's what I found fascinating. This idea of walking after meals, it isn't new. In Japan, short walks after dinner are a cultural habit. Families head out together, elderly neighbors stroll in groups. It's part social ritual, part health routine.
Some traditions even have a name for it. Mindful walking practices, sometimes called shimpo or evening strolls. Not about burning calories, not about chasing steps, simply about letting the body digest, while the mind unwinds.
Science is now catching up. Studies show that even light, mindful walks after dinner not only lower glucose, but also improve digestion, reduce stress, and help people fall asleep faster.
It makes sense. The same movement that pulls glucose out of the blood also calms the nervous system. Gentle rhythm of walking, lower cortisol, a cue to your body that the day is winding down.
And think about the alternative. Most of us eat, then collapse onto the couch. Screens on, metabolism sluggish, glucose spiking, sleep disrupted.
That's why cultural wisdom matters. Japan shows us this isn't just about the glucose graphs. It's about building rituals that connect health, family, and rest.
Sometimes the best science-backed hack isn't new at all. It's a habit our ancestors never stopped practicing.
All right, let's turn this into action. Here's a simple 7-day plan anyone can try this week. Beginner, the starter walk.
After lunch or dinner, within 30 minutes of your last bite, go for a brisk 10-minute walk. That's it, 10 minutes, 4 to 5 times this week. No tracking, no devices, no perfection required. Intermediate, the upgrade.
Ready for more? Extend those walks to 15 or even 20 minutes. Do it 6 days this week. Pay special attention to your higher carb meals: rice, pasta, bread, potatoes. This is where you'll see the biggest drop in glucose spikes. Advanced, the experimenter.
And for those who want data, keep a quick log on your phone. Write down meal type, walk minutes, energy rating from 1 to 5, craving rating from 1 to 5. If you have a CGM or glucometer, measure your glucose at 0, 60, and 120 minutes. This will show you in real time how much a simple walk changes your curve.
The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even 3 or 4 walks this week will make a noticeable difference. And by day 7, you'll know exactly how your body responds.
Because health isn't about hacks you try once. It's about tiny rituals you keep. And this one takes less time than making coffee.
And here's an advanced layer for those who want to push the benefits further. It's called weighted vest walking.
The idea is simple. You wear a light vest with added weight, usually 5 to 10% of your body weight, during your walk. This small increase makes your muscles work harder, which means they pull even more glucose from your blood.
Recent studies and early self-experiments show that walking with extra load can improve blood sugar control, increase calorie burn, and even strengthen bones and posture over time.
It's important to keep it safe. Start light. Think 4 to 8 pounds, not a heavy rucksack. Make sure the vest fits snugly, so weight is distributed evenly across your torso. And stay with that same brisk pace, able to talk, not sing.
Weighted walking isn't for everyone. If you have joint issues, back pain, or cardiovascular conditions, check with your doctor first. But for many people, it can be a powerful upgrade, turning a simple 10-minute stroll into a strength and metabolism booster.
Before you lace up your shoes, let's clear up a few myths. Myth 1. It's a cure for diabetes.
Walking after meals is powerful, but it's not a cure. If you live with diabetes or insulin resistance, this habit can support your health, but it's not a substitute for medication or medical advice. Myth 2. Any walk counts.
Not true. A slow stroll while scrolling your phone barely moves the needle. You need a brisk pace, breathing a little heavier, able to talk, but not sing. Myth 3. You can walk whenever and get the same effect.
Timing matters. A walk 30 minutes after eating can slash your spike in half. Wait an hour, and the benefit shrinks dramatically. Wait 2 hours, and it's almost gone. Myth 4. It cancels out bad diets.
Another big one. Walking doesn't give you a free pass for giant desserts or endless carbs. It's a tool, not a magic eraser. What you eat still matters. Myth 5. More is always better.
Longer isn't always necessary. 10 minutes is enough to see meaningful change. 20 can be even better. But this isn't about exhausting workouts, it's about consistency.
So think of post-meal walking as a lever. A simple, free, accessible lever. But like any tool, it only works if you use it in the right way. For me, this simple habit changed everything. No more post-pasta crashes, fewer cravings, and energy that actually lasted into the evening.
And the best part? It's free. 10 minutes, no equipment, no gym membership.
So here's my challenge to you. Run your own 7-day test. Pick one meal each day, lunch or dinner, and walk for 10 minutes afterward.
Track how you feel. Energy, focus, cravings, sleep. And if you can, share your day 1 versus day 7 results in the comments. Let's make this a collective experiment.
Because when thousands of us test something together, we don't just learn faster, we build community.
If you're ready for your next step, watch our episode on the Metabolism Starter Plan. It pairs perfectly with post-meal walking.
Remember, sometimes 10 minutes is all it takes to change your health.